All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Preca Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. And I'm getting an echo. Hold on a second, guys.
I hear an echo a little bit.
Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
You hear that too? Okay.
Good morning.
So
good morning, traders. I heard it on your side. I don't hear it on my side, so I seem to be fine. But,
yeah.
And
no,
I hope everybody's doing well.
Chat room.
Keep in mind that welcome to this Friday, this first Friday of January, but not the first full trading week of January. So, as I was reminding everybody yesterday, it feels like it's sort of a Tuesday. It feels like the week just started, but we're really at the end of a week that started last year and is ending today, which means we're still going to get, I think, a little bit of unusual price action. Yesterday was good. There was some good movement. There was some great stuff to trade. But, it was clear to me that we did not see the institutional volume that we normally see in the markets. I have a trade that I normally take towards the close, the 1 to 10 trade for anybody that sticks around in the afternoon and trades with us in the Bearable trading room there. And it certainly did not set up yesterday because we just did not have the institutional volumes, despite some good volume being in the market overall. So we'll see what happens today. I mean, I said there was some good trading yesterday, so I'm hoping we get the same thing today. That being said, it is still pseudo holiday. If I look at the economic calendar, if we can get there, we'll flip right over. Well, Carlos still works on his sound issues there. We only have 2 items really of note, which are the ISM manufacturing number that's coming out at 10 a.m. and the Atlanta Fed, what they call the GDP Now number. Which shows the growth in domestic product, gross domestic product. So we'll see if those have any market impact. Probably not, but it's good to know that they're there just so you can be aware of it. Merkin is doing a speech at 11 a.m. Not again, unless he goes completely off the rails and says something totally unexpected. It should not have a market impact. Speaking of which, we were looking yesterday just at the what the expectation of rate increase is. Our next rate target is coming up on the 29th, if I recall, of January. Let me just open it up right here. Yes, indeed, 29th of January is when the Fed is expected next to announce a rate change. And the current view is 88.8% of all analysts believe that there will be no rate cut, that we're just going to hold the rate at where it is right now. Only 11% think that there's going to be a 0.25 point rate drop. So that's sort of what we see, which means that the markets could be pretty stable through the month of January, which might be a good thing because don't forget, we do have the inauguration coming up. We have an unexpected holiday with the death of former president, who was it, Carter, I think, that died. So we've got a market closure that's coming up.
Yep.
When is that, the 9th?
I believe it was the 9th, but
I have to look that up. Anyways,
I don't know its exact date.
Yeah, but we got a couple of things anyway. So it is the 9th. All right. So guys, we have a couple of things that are already unexpected in the month, and I'm okay with keeping it boring because actually boring non-economic news, no events, actually yields pretty good trading for me because that's when my patterns work the best. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I see that Denz is asking about the Jolts number at 10 a.m. No, I do not have that. Unless it's missing, but on my different sources here, I do not see the Jolts number coming up today. So I don't think that's a today thing. I don't think that's till 2 weeks. Next time. I think, I see. I don't know. When is it? My calendar's going all wonky here. So jobless claims January 9th. Yeah, next week, I think. So, yeah. Anyways. All right, guys. So that's what we've got. So pretty late day from economic events. I said I'm okay with that. I'm hoping that yields some good trading. Carlos, you were still sounding a little distant there. Let's give your mic a test, and maybe you can tell us what's on the gappers list.
Yeah, hopefully sounds better. Let's take a quick look at our gappers list this morning. Not a whole lot on here. I mean, this is one of the smallest gappers lists I've seen in a very, very long time, right? So very light. on the green side, and just a couple of things on the red. Not a whole lot going on. So we got a couple of news headliners that are very interesting, but other than that, our gappers list is pretty quiet this morning. So, but we'll find something to trade. We always do. We'll look at our usual suspect. We'll look at Tesla. Apple has some more negative news this morning as well. So again, just a lot going on there. We'll keep an eye on those and see if we can get some good trading out of this one. So again, guys, good morning over on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I see Melanie's on there. I see CFC's already on there. VR Bug, Ian Carson. Thank you guys for being on. Really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. It means a ton to us. And over in our chat as well, welcome guys. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Hopefully you guys had a great start to 2025. And if you did not, it does not determine the rest of your trading career if you're starting or the rest of 2025. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's take a look at the first one on
your
here.
Sound is
yeah.
Sorry, your sound is not up to its usual quality. Just so you're aware, it sounds like you're
That's
calling
weird.
in on a radio show. It's a little tinny and echoey. It sounds like you're standing about 3 feet from the mic. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. So I'm sure Brent will take a look at what's happening there. We did a lot of testing right before we came on, and it sounded great. So I'm not sure what changed.
Yeah, you sounded great before we started. Then something happened. You sound a little, I don't know, not quite as sharp as normal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't figure out. I have not changed anything. The sense has battery. No, man, I got cables for everything now, so no batteries on any of the systems I have. Yeah, that was the thing before. I used to have a DSLR camera, so I always forget to charge the battery, or I just leave it on. The battery would die, and the next morning, you guys wouldn't see me for like the first 30 minutes while I was charging. But now I got a cable now, so it's all good to go. All right, diving right in, guys. Hopefully sound gets better as we move along here. CRNC, we are up 30% right now, 4.7 million shares traded at the moment. I mean, this thing is rocking right now. Flow at 39 million, so a little bit on the lower side of things, right? But obviously some good stuff happening for this morning. Peter, what is driving this one, if anything?
All right. So, yeah, we're just seeing you, Carlos. I got a little lost here. What are we talking about?
CRNC.
Oh, there we go. CRNC. Okay. This, I don't even know how to say the name of this company. CRNC? I don't know. It just seems awkward.
Good.
Anyways, however you say the name of this company, it's not one that we've seen before. However, like a million companies before them, they have said that they've got a partnership with Nvidia to deliver AI. So, okay, it's great for them. Obviously the Nvidia stock's not going to care. Nvidia's got investment in so many different firms, and every time they've made a small investment or are working with somebody, that company, of course, loves to declare the fact that they're working with Nvidia, as Nvidia, of course, is one of the big dogs, one of the giant animals in the jungle. So I'm not sure that it's really that meaningful, but it's enough to give them a little bit of a boost this morning. So that's what's pumping up CRNC so far this morning.
There you go. I mean, this one, not one that I am a fan of right now. Just given the price on it and also the flow, it's a little bit on the lower side. So I don't think it's a garbage truck, but it's flowing in somewhat in that direction. So yeah, why not? Let's get to the garbage truck out here. Let's try to start somewhat nice, but no, let's not be nice today. Let's be at what we are, and that is garbage. All right, QSI this morning up 25%, 17.5 million.
Yeah. As soon as you say garbage truck, you know that the garbage truck meme is coming. It's there was I think it was George Carlin that used to do a skit. Any old people there? See, look at that. George Carlin used to do a skit where he said, I'd go to the barber and I would say, "Do not make me look like an idiot," and all he would hear is, "Make me look like an idiot." So, anyways, it's apparently as soon as we say garbage truck, it doesn't matter in what context the thing comes. Oh, now it's going to prove me wrong. There's no garbage truck. Yeah. All right. Never mind. Oh, there it is.
It was going around late. Around the block. It takes
that's right. It had to come back around.
Yeah, there you go. All right, QSI, my friends. QSI here up 25%, 17.8 million shares traded. Float on this one, 113 million, so a little bit on the higher side. They are rocking this morning. Had a great day yesterday as well. Let's see how they traded. That's actually more important for us here. The intraday action, not a whole lot in the pre-market, but got going here after the bell. And all afternoon, this thing was somewhat on fire. Low price stock, so maybe that's why we didn't see it, because under $4. My scanners, by the way, here with tradingterminal.com, which you can get absolutely for free. I have a filter set up for to not show me anything under $5. Usually that stuff I am not interested in. So we will have not seen QSI on the list yesterday. But you can have these scanners on your own. And if you do like lower, you can go in the settings here and make the changes to what you like. On my scanners today, Peter, what's driving this QSI? Oh, Quantum. I just saw the name of the company. So I kind of have a big idea of what's happening here.
Yeah, this is and back in corporate life, we used to play bullshit bingo during boring meetings. Looks like these guys they would check a bunch of boxes off the card. They're called Quantum SI, and they are a biotech. So they got the quantum thing, they got biotech. They've basically demonstrated the capabilities of their proprietary bioinformatics tool called ProteoView. That just sounds cool. Anyways, it's and they produced a new paper on it called Detecting Amino Acid Variants Using Next Generation Protein Sequencing. Sounds riveting. Anyways, the fact is that they're using AI. Here's the next, spot on your bingo card. They're using AI to enhance their sequencing program on this protein sequencing using single amino acid variants. So again, lots of technical jargon going on. What it means that they are good enough to trade this morning. I sort of like the way they look. Like you said, they were going after the close yesterday. I mean, we got to keep in mind though that if we don't have to look back very far when this stock was trading, under $1. So it's quite sketchy. It's $5 now. I mean, this is not a massive company. We're talking about a company with what do they got here on a float? 97 million shares, so they've got a decent float. But I mean, just be careful with this one if you choose to trade it. But it doesn't look bad. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it doesn't look horrible. I think I'm going to add it to my secondary list. It is not a low flow. Again, lower price stock, but sitting at 113 million. So I will put it on a secondary for me and just kind of see what it means. Again, this sector overall has been hot, and they got some keywords being mentioned here, as you just said, Peter. This AI is still a thing. So let's go on to the next one, SPCB. As we look on here, this does not look as interesting. It's a low flow at 1.5 million. Super calm sounds so 90. That's like a 90s
Super
name.
calm.
Super calm. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. SPSCB, again, up 13%, only 613,000. Low flow stock at 1.5 million. Peter, what is Supercom up to today?
They're a global security services firm, and yesterday they had announced that they'd won a couple of contracts in Kentucky. Anyways, some government contracts delivering information IoT type solutions, and cybersecurity solutions. So again, good news for them. Micro float. I don't. I'm not sure I like this one. I mean, maybe I don't know if the volume continues through the open, then it's possible. But even pre-market, I just don't love the way it's trading, and we've got less than 1 million shares traded, so it tells me it's not super in play. At least not enough yet for me to get very interested.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. SPSCB, not great at all.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So we'll leave it alone. Let's look at Rivian, RIVN. And Rivian is getting a nice little pop here this morning. So they're up 5%, just got going at 8:30. So maybe I have not seen any news on this just yet. 1 million shares traded, trying to get above some of the recent highs it had over the last couple of days. So Rivian doing some stuff here, Peter. Anything driving these guys up this morning?
Yeah, well, it's time for delivery numbers to come out, right? And those that are, have a tight control of their supply chain, are able to produce the numbers very quickly. We saw Tesla's numbers come out. For the first time, their delivery numbers were down. But Rivian's got a different story. They actually exceeded expectations in their fourth quarter deliveries, and said that they've fixed some of the issues that have been plaguing them in their supply chain. So production component shortages are not an issue, and they're able to sort of meet or exceed their numbers. So they basically delivered 14,183 vehicles, which is higher than the estimates of about 13,400. So that's good news for them. Again, keep those numbers in mind, right? We're talking 14,000 vehicles, which is not insubstantial, I suppose, but it's not the hundreds of thousands that a Tesla is delivering, or the millions of vehicles a quarter that the big auto manufacturers are delivering. So but it's still good. It's growth for them. They've been growing consistently, and it's expectation when they close their year that they'll have a very good year and lead into some increased forecast for the forthcoming year. So good news for Rivian.
Yeah. And they don't make anything else, right? They just make that one truck with the
SUV.
Yeah,
they make that.
I think their lights. Yeah.
They call it the R1 SUV, and but I guess they make two versions of it, right? They make like a covered bed and an open bed, so they've got a pickup truck and the SUV.
Okay.
It's the exact same platform. It's just a matter of whether you cover the back and put extra seats back there, or you just leave it as an open bed. But
yeah. I'll tell you this, man. It's a car that when you see it, it's very noticeable. You immediately grabs your attention. There's nothing else like it, at least with those lights out there. So it's very attention grabbing type car. They should come out with something else, less expensive, for people that maybe are interested.
And like I've been saying, I like watching TV shows and movies, and they are a darling of Hollywood, because if anything produced in the last couple of years that has any futuristic look at all, it seems like they throw a Rivian SUV in there all the time. So if you hadn't noticed it and you like watching movies and that, just put an eye to it. You can't miss those headlights, like you were saying, Carlos. And it's in, like, it seems to me like it's in every futuristic leaning production out of Hollywood in the last little while, no matter what platform you're watching it on.
Yeah. So 2 comments here in chat and also in our members chat room. They make the Amazon van, and I could see that. I could see the lights. I did not know that.
Okay.
So the Amazon delivery vans, those things are everywhere here. I mean, it's okay. So there's some revenues coming in for them. Good. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah, they got that contract a few years ago. Yeah, and I forgot about that too. But it's funny because I don't see it's interesting that they must do that in different areas. They don't have those vans at all in Canada, or at least not where I live.
Yeah.
It's always like, it looks like they've got some sort of fleet of rental vans, because they're always these white panel vans that are like all different shapes and models. So there's not a lot of consistency.
I've seen so many different things delivering here, man. We got those white bugs. I can see it now. I could think about it, and I can see the lights look exactly like the Rivian. And we have white rider vans. We have people delivering in their Jeeps, personal Jeeps, that come out and just like, who are you? Just drop a package. I mean, it's just insane, the amount of delivery mechanism Amazon is using in this area, at least. I guess more city areas will make sense, like a place like New York, to use this and stuff like that. All right, friends, that's our gap up list. Again, Rivian, I do like Rivian this morning. I'm going to add it to my list. It's got a little pop going, heading above 14 here. So Rivian, I'll add this right on here. 1.3 million shares traded, up 6.5 now. I mean, it's rocking. So I like the movement in the pre-market. It looks very good. Peter, before we go to what's gapping down this morning, what do you have as far as gap up? And as you do that, I'm going to be a bit. I'm going to reset my mic here. We're going to do something different. See if that helps the sound. So what do you have going on as far as gapping up this morning?
Sounds good. Well, on the gap up list, we do have a number of things gapping up. Our list is a little mixed today. I do like the semiconductor sector. I found that there was good movement yesterday during the day on both AMD, my good buddy AMD, and Nvidia. So there was good trading opportunities on both of those. I see that the entire sector is in the green today. Looking at the Magnificent Seven that we always got to put an eye to. Once again, sort of like we've seen, well, I was going to say so far this year, but that only counts for 2 days or a day and this morning. But all of the Magnificent Seven are up except Apple, which is down again. And if you remember yesterday, we were talking about it. Apple's deliveries are lower than expected, and that's disappointing the market. Apple didn't have a great day yesterday, and it looks like they're continuing downwards again today. Whereas all the rest of the sort of the Mag 7, right? Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, they're all green. So it's if you want to pick the divergent stock, then right now Apple is it. I can't say the trading was great. It did move down yesterday, but I didn't sort of like it. I was keeping an eye on it, but didn't love what I was seeing. I actually liked the price action on Tesla a little better. That's what I ended up trading yesterday. So pretty good for me. But other than that, that's what's moving up. The other thing I note, the other sector that I'm keeping an eye on, I noticed that we got a very, very small gap up on all of the cryptocurrency stocks. Again, pick your favorite, whether it's MSTR, Mara, Riot, Coin, all of those guys. They're gapping up a little bit. Crypto prices haven't really done much. They're staying pretty stable. $96,492 current price for Bitcoin, which is down from the high it set earlier this morning. It sort of set a higher on 97.7. Like we mentioned, by the way, if you've been watching crypto prices over the last week or so, that's about the peak high that it's set. So if it can get back over that, I mean, I'd like to think that we can get back up to the absolute high that we set back middle of December, which was $107,000. But I mean, again, don't expect that to happen today, but we got a weekend coming up. So maybe over the course of this weekend, crypto can go do something fun. So we'll see what happens. But that's all that I'm seeing gapping up. Maybe the other sector, guys, that I could mention for you is yesterday I mentioned the Chinese sector was gapping down. It didn't actually end up doing that much. It actually pulled it out and moved a little higher over the course of the day. I see that we're gapping up very, very marginally on all of the Chinese tickers this morning. So, but none of them look that interesting. They're not getting the volume they used to. Remember when Bubba every morning, like at this point, would always have 1 million shares? It's 150,000 shares this morning. So it's really just not. It's not in play the way it used to be. So, but that happens, right? Sectors move in and out of favor. So. We do have stuff in the gap down list though that I want to talk about. So we'll get there. Carlos, I think it's sounding better. Give us a test.
Yeah, I'm back. We did something a little bit different, so hopefully that's a little bit better than what it was before. Yeah, and the gap down, we got a couple of things on here. Let's start with HOLO. It's the first one on there. And this ticker we're very familiar with because it's been on our list, either gapping up or down. Today's on the downside of things, down almost 10%, 2.8 million shares traded this morning. We do have shares for short on it. Let's check with Interactive Brokers. 150,000, so not a lot, but there is some there that we can short if we do like this. Lower price stock, it also is a low flow at 20 million. So again, be very careful shorting something that is this low type of low flow. You want to be very, very careful with that. But it is in play here, Peter, as it continues. Anything good happening or bad, given that it's gapping down, happening this morning?
Well, it's been on our list for a few days. This is really, I think, the inevitable, sort of pullback after the increase that it saw just at the end of last year. It's had a good run, but look at the trading action yesterday, guys. I think that the excitement is over on this. Just yesterday, it moved sideways all day, and it got volume, but it was not fun trading. So I think this is one to avoid. Yeah, just look at that price action yesterday. That's just ugly, right? I mean, you could get chopped to heck on that one, and you just don't want to be in that, in my opinion. So yeah, not something I'm going to spend any time on.
Yeah, we can give the garbage truck to this one. That is ugly, and I expect the same today. Again, doesn't fit my criteria. I will leave this one alone. Garbage. Although, if you look at the pre-market alone just now, it looks a little bit decent, but I have no hopes it's going to trade better than what it is now. Let's go to UX Steel. So United States Steel here. We are down 8% after some rejection going on here. 1.5 million shares traded so far this morning. I would love for this stock to trade well, but I know it's not going to, so it won't be on my list. But big news for US Steel going into today's trading.
Yeah, US Steel has long been working on this acquisition by Nippon Steel, which is a Japanese company, and saying that they needed the cash infusion. That if they want to survive, they sort of need to partner with these guys. But the federal government is not buying it. They're not allowing it to happen, and the president has directly pulled his rank card and said nope, I'm blocking the deal and not going to allow it to occur. Yeah, that's not good news for the stock. Reason why it's dropping a little bit this morning. I don't know what it means for the future of US Steel. I mean, there's no question that they could use cash, but what company couldn't? How will they survive? Will the government step in and provide them some funding as a result? I don't know. I mean, it certainly would be a bad look to block the deal and then allow them to go bankrupt. So not a way to make yourself friendly as a government in the steel belt. But you know what? I'll leave policy up to others. All I can tell you this morning is that US Steel is down because of the blockage of that deal. And tough to say whether this is going to be in play or not. This is not a stock that normally moves with a lot of, urgency. So, US Steel, you're normally playing for pennies. It's not a big mover. That being said, I have traded in the past, and it can get decent, sort of telegraphed moves. I'm not sure that today is going to be the day, because I mean, while it was confirmed that yesterday that they will be blocking the deal from the White House, this has long been coming, right? We've been talking about this for a while. It's been rumored that it was going to happen at the end of last year. They waited until now. Yeah, it feels like the news is already sort of baked into the stock price, and this is not likely to go very far today. I could be wrong, but that's my guess.
Yeah, I think that's a great guess. I just don't think this is going to give us the type of intraday trading that me and you like, at least, Peter. So it won't be on my list. I want to see what it does. I mean, I'll put it on a secondary just to kind of see what it does today, given this news. But I think this is what it's going to do. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot out of it. Are the two twins here, QBTS, right? So QBTS on the list, followed by QUBT, right? These guys are hand in hand, always on our gap up or down list. Today they're gapping down 5%, 2.5 million shares traded. I have to say, I watched them on and off. I go back and forth on which time I put on my list, but I have yet to trade them in like the last week. And I know we haven't had a lot of trading days, but like the last week of trading or so, I have not traded these. Like I haven't found great opportunities, Peter. I'm not sure about you. I know we like when they first started to get going in the middle of December, it was great. We had a lot of opportunities. I traded it quite a few times, but lately I have not seen anything. We see the volume, we see the potential, but I feel like we are just not getting that good trading out of it. What's your thoughts on it? Have you traded these? Will they be on your list today?
I've been watching them, and yes, I think they will both be on my list just because they have been trading fairly well. So QBTS and QUBT usually have been giving some good opportunities, I think. Now, I have not traded them myself, to be honest. I found exactly the setups that I like. I'm much more comfortable with my usual stock list. I don't often stray from my standard. Being said, I like to watch things like this because, again, if they continue to show volume and interest from the market, then they might just settle down and give some good trading patterns. So QBTS typically gets more volume than QUBT. So do with that what you will. But yeah, both are opportunities for trade if you want. You mentioned twins, and it made me think. I had dinner last night with my daughter's boyfriend's family. We invited them over and had a big dinner, and her boyfriend has younger sisters that are twins. And you said the twins here. I watched those. They're in their last year of high school, but they do everything together. I have to say, I realized in that dinner watching them that I have never actually hung out with twins before. And if you watch like real twins interact, they were literally finishing each other's sentences. And a couple of times we asked them, what programs are you applying for at university? They listed their primary, secondary, and third choice programs in complete stereo. Like it's like they had rehearsed it. It was freaky to watch twins in action. Like there really is a connection there. It was weird for me just to watch. Like I'm like, there's a real twin effect. they hang out together all the time, so they've obviously brother. But it was very strange. It was very strange to watch. Sort of cool, but weird.
Yeah, yeah. I've been around a couple of older though. They're still very young. They're newborns. My best friend just got a couple of twins, and he's enjoying them. But will be fun to see how that turns out. I could imagine some kind of
Yeah,
weird connection in
and
a good way
well,
that
like
takes place.
I guess that experience is not. I'm not alone in that. I'm seeing in the room a bunch of people saying that they ran into twins. Why is it always girl twins? But it seems to be the girls, maybe. But Jonathan is saying that his wife is a twin, and yeah, they'll start singing together. And Cody's just freaking us out, of course, with the freakiest twins in from TV or movies. And then FMC saying the same thing. So there you go, Bugsy, Ubuntu.
Yeah.
There you go. Ubuntu says, "I am a twin, and I don't do that." All right, maybe you think you don't do that. Maybe that's the magic of the twins. You don't
Yeah.
realize. Anyways,
Yeah. Awesome. Peter, your assessment of QBTS and QUBT, I'm right on there with you. Again, I think they have potential. The volume is there. The day looks good. I have not traded them, but I want to watch them. This quantum stuff is, it's in play. We just need some kind of breakout to take effect here so we can take advantage of it. So we'll be on my list. I'm going to look at the next one on here. Another one that's been on our gappers list quite a bit is LAES. So on here today again, tons of volume, up 2.8. A few times I kept it on my list, kept it off my list. Have not traded it ever since started going here. Maybe because it's a lower price stock. I'm usually not a big fan of these lower price stock, but man, this stuff has been in play, has moved quite a bit. Could be interesting. 76 million shares float. I think it's a good possible as well. I'm going to throw it there. We can always come back to that one, Peter. Not sure if you have anything to add. I'm sure this is just moving from the last couple of momentum days we have seen out of this one.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing new really. They did announce that they're going to be having a booth at the CES show in Las Vegas from January 7th to 10th. So, normally that wouldn't even get the time of day in the news, but because they've been trading increased volumes and have a little more market presence, there you go. They got a minor headline, I'll say, as a result of that. So, if you want to see them in action, Seals Q or CLSQ or how, maybe you can go there. Maybe somebody, if you're in Vegas, drop by the convention. Let us know how you say the name of this company because we're still not sure. But of course, by the time you find out, it may be that we never hear of LAES again. So I don't know. But anyways, there you go. That's the news.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
All right, friends, that covers our gap up and gap down. If you take a look at the list, again, not a whole lot on here. None of our usual suspects, Magnificent Seven, have made the gap out, up or down list this morning. They're not on here, but we do have some that are in play today. I know Apple, Peter, I'm not sure if you looked up this news headline about their eavesdropping on their iPhone. So if you ever were questioning if that does happen, it does. And they're getting a nice little lawsuit for $95 million, which again, it's not enough. Somebody needs to go to jail. Somebody needs to. That's nothing for Apple,
Yeah.
By the way, great time to show you guys something here. Come on, it's a slap on the wrist. Let me show you this here. You can always go to our website, our chat room if you're a member. We got Benzinga as well. We got tradingterminal.com. That's free. You can look at that as well. But we also have this Benzinga logo here. If you click on this, you're going to get this beautiful news thing here that you can look up news. It is very timely. And you also have Squawk. That's available to you if you're a member. This service alone is like $100 a month. So, think about that. If you want to sign up, you get access to this. But if you do type Apple on here, and it's probably going to go slow because I'm running like 100 things. I got the article up here already because I loaded it this morning. Here it is, $95 million lawsuit for Siri hearing you for the last 10 years. So for the last 10 years, they've been taking illegal recordings of your conversations and then giving it, here's where it comes in, giving it to third parties so they can allow to buy, to promote things for you, right? So target advertising, that's where the issue comes in. So if you own any Apple device, Peter, you might be eligible for $20 for them spying on you for the last 20 years. 10 years. What do you think about
it? Wow. Well, okay. Yes. I see the lawsuit alleges that, it's interesting to me that in our culture today, what are the two worst invasions of privacy? Apparently, the worst two invasions of privacy you can have are confidential medical information. So apparently, Apple contractors regularly overheard confidential medical information and recordings of people having sex. So there you go. That's the
Yeah.
two things that we're most concerned about. Not my bank information, not anything. That's it. That's apparently what we care
We
about.
don't want you
So
hearing our what is it? What they call it? Safe words. We don't want safe words being thrown out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well,
That
yeah,
is
there you
good.
go. And yes, apparently, as you say, Steve, yes, 20 years of your conversations is only worth $20, a buck a year. Apparently, all it's worth. So,
I
yeah,
know
95
it's so
million.
bad.
Carlos, I honestly thought when you're saying that, like it was going to be a $95 billion lawsuit. Like that feels more
It's
on the
nothing.
appropriate level of order of magnitude. But oh well, what do I know?
Yeah. And if you look at here, I love this part. The lawyers who are filing the lawsuit are going to be, trying to charge 29 million out of those funds that are going to be collected for their
Hmm.
fees. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah,
So we get $20, they're collecting
yeah.
29.6 million. That is awesome. All
But
right.
don't,
Let's get
Carlos.
back to
Apparently, if you're
yeah.
if you're a plaintiff on the lawsuit, you can apply for up to $10,000 in service awards. So there you go. You can petition for
Oh,
that.
okay.
So,
Very
anyways,
sweet. Very sweet.
whatever. I did have
Yeah.
something else I wanted to mention. One stock that is not trading a lot of volume yet, but Carvana, CVNA. Remember those guys? Like, we used to trade these guys a little more actively than we have recently. Yesterday, Hindenburg, which is one of those hit firms, short sellers out there, they issued a report saying that Carvana is basically a giant Ponzi scheme. This is sort of along the lines of what they do, right? That's not how they word it, but that's me paraphrasing. Basically saying that their loan portfolio carries more risks than they're portraying. I'm not shocked by that. Remember when there was big in the story that they were buying cars at a premium and having to sell them at a loss, and of course they have to finance all of those car purchases that they make, and anyways that their growth levels are unsustainable. Also, doesn't seem like a surprise to me. It feels like that there's got to be a cap on the used car market. So yeah, I mean, none of this seems surprising, but apparently the Hindenburg report is enough to push Carvana's stock price lower. We'll see. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
more volume than it normally does at this time of the morning, but that's not saying a lot. Typically, it has virtually no volume, and despite being a more modern type stock, this is traded on the New York Stock Exchange, just meaning that you can't really judge what it's going to do based on the pre-market volume, and its trading patterns tend to be a little bit different than those that trade on the Nasdaq. So, but if you're interested, Carvana does have news, and it is a good type of news because there could be more coming out on it today or early next week. So, might be worth to just put it on the side list if you're interested. I'm looking at the price action yesterday. It sort of wasn't bad, but the news really came into effect after the market closed. So you can see it's that the sort of the biggest move of the day. Yeah, there was one sort of midday, and then it sold off after 4 o'clock. So, anyways, we'll see what happens with it. But thought I'd mention it. A couple of members were mentioning it earlier this morning, so I thought I'd pick up on that and throw it out there as well.
Yeah, I do like Carvana. When it gets to volume, I have had good trading on it, so I'm going to put it on here. I know right now volume is very light. We need the volume, but I do like the news. I mean, the whole car business has been in such a roller coaster, man, up and down, interest, used cars, non-used cars. I mean, the value of things. It's just been insane, the amount of movement on the cars. But Carvana looks interesting to me. If it can get the volume, I would love to get a shot to trade this one today. All right, friends, let's take a look. Peter, as far as gapping down, anything you like before we go over to our members?
Well, no, I think Carvana is the only one that I had in my that I was looking at.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's take a look at our chat. We'll see what you guys like this morning. Carvana, we just talked about, Matt, so we're good on that one. Let's see what else. And I agree, it's a stock that probably will fit. I won't even have Carvana today on my main list, but look how light our gappers is, right? It's very light. It's not a whole lot that's doing well here. Of course, this one is going to come up. RGTI. of course.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, that's one we should have talked about. Yeah, thanks, Will, for putting
yeah,
that out there.
yeah,
Yeah, RGTI, Rigetti, Spaghetti,
yeah.
Rigatoni, call it whatever you want. I'm still waiting for the company to reach out to me and tell me to stop calling them names. But we were watching this right at the close yesterday. As it closed over $20, we had a bet. The Magic Eight Ball said that RGTI would close over $20, and it did barely. I mean, it officially the high of the day was $20.71, but I think it was like more like $20.02 at what it hit before the closing bell. It really, when it
Hmm.
went higher, I'm trying to see here. It seems to me that I didn't
When it went
see
higher,
a
it looks like it
price
was
over
after
20
the
bucks.
close. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So,
right at 20,
anyways,
man.
but it
Previously, it
hit
closed
20 bucks.
19. Yeah.
So the fact that it got
Uh,
there means that it's set up well today for
yeah.
some potential moves. So it's definitely been getting the volume. I mean, that volume has been consistently high for a little over a month now. So yeah, let's go. Let's go, Rigetti. Make it happen. It's I think I'll be putting it on my list just to keep an eye on it, just because it has been moving over the last little while. And like you said, Carlos, we don't have a lot of other awesome targets so far.
Yeah, so this will be on my list as well. Tons of volume, 10 million guys, down 2.8. But again, I still see this as a stock that's very strong with a lot of momentum. So we need a very significant sign of weakness to think short on this, at least for the short term here. All right, let's take a look at what else you guys like this morning. CRNC. We did look at this. I'm not a big fan on it. I don't like it personally. So I'm gonna keep it off the list. It is in play. Float on this is 39 million, so a little bit on the lower side. So just be mindful of that. But again, on a day like today, I get it. There's not a whole lot that looks amazing. This is not a blockbuster list by any means. Taking a look on YouTube, Lunar, LUNR. Uh, no, no, not today. I love the daily. So I see what you're looking at here. The daily possible breakout. We did break out to 21 yesterday. This can get going again. I mean, this day looks awesome. But I don't see it right now. Volume is pretty light pre-market, and this is probably one of those tickers you can't go by the pre-market action. Yeah, I'm right on that because look at it yesterday, not much, and you still got this explosion. So if you have the space, watch it. I'm gonna keep it off my list for now. On that bucket with Carvana, which again I have on here because I like Carvana and I traded well in the past. Lunar could be the same for you, right? Maybe a stock that you like, you do have a little space today on it. Maybe you watch it to see if we can get something going. MU being mentioned in chat as well. MU this morning. Wow, no volume, guys. Just no volume whatsoever. Daily looks like it wants to do something here, but right now it's really not in play for us to look at first thing in the morning. Could be a good one for the scanners if we can get something on it. Let's do one more here before we go to our community events and announcements. It's going to be SQ, which is again up 4%, but the volume is not there. I do like the gap up though. 4% is pretty decent going into today's type trading day. Um, uh, I'm not sure. Peter SQ, which is blocked now. Um, I'm not sure if we looked at any news. Anything on this one? 4% seems quite nice this morning for a stock that normally does not move very well. Could be interesting.
Uh, yeah, and you're right. So SQ is not block. Whatever. What do they want to be called these days? They're not square. They're called block.
They're blocked now. Yeah, yeah. They
Anyways,
used to be square.
they're
Now
block.
they're block.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, it's funny how, like, I'm reading one article right now, and in the headline it says block upgraded on Merchant Business Outlook. Is Square stock a buy? They even like use both names in the same title here in the same headline.
Nice.
So, anyways, that's the problem with rebranding. If you don't do a really good job of it, people will keep using your old name forever, like Weight Watchers, or
Oh, I'll give you a
does
good one.
anybody
Twitter.
any like
I
KFC?
still say Twitter. Yeah,
Twitter. There you go. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, that was a
Twitter's
terrible
this. Yeah.
rebranding. Didn't work. I mean, Facebook. Anyways, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out there. Anyways, I don't look. They had some decent news that their merchant business is up. More vendors are actively using it. I've got to say, having traveled the world in the last couple of years, um, they were much more heavily in play outside of North America than I saw them in North America. So their sort of tap systems, very flexible. People can sort of charge you right off of their phone with your credit card. It seemed like they sort of had a good market there. And North America, we're used to those handheld devices, right, that everybody has. Not as prevalent, at least in Eastern Europe where I was traveling. So So we'll see what happens. But anyways, Block's got some good news. Like you said, Carlos, though, from a trading perspective, it's really been a difficult one to day trade. It doesn't give a lot of good opportunities. And yeah, I can't, like, it needs something really special, and I need to see better volume than 150,000 shares at this point in the day for me to put it on my list.
Yeah, yeah. All right, friends, we'll stop here. Again, Rivian, Apple, Carvana, RGTI. I mean, we didn't even look at Tesla today. We're going to take a quick look at Tesla. Hold on a second. 3 million shares traded so far. I am going to add Tesla to my list to kind of fill some gaps in here. I could use one more. We'll look at Nvidia this morning. You know, I'll fill the next one with Nvidia just because they got some decent volume, 5.8 million shares traded. Both pretty flat right now. Nvidia trying to get going, up 1% almost. But I feel the last two slots I have with those two there. But my secondary list is just, I mean, we've seen so much better out of both of these lists. All right, let's jump to our community events announcement. Peter is going to let us know what's happening for this weekend next.
Okay, guys, it's a Friday, which means we typically don't have any events today, but we can look forward to next week, where we're back to a regular schedule with a full slate of activities happening all week. Let's start on the Monday, where we have 2 classes to help get you oriented and get going for the week. First, we start with Brendan at noon, who talks about the DAS Trader Pro platform. It's a platform that a lot of our members use. It's a great one for trading, but it can have a lot of complexity in its configuration. So he can help guide you through that, learn new tips and tricks. Like I was saying last week, I learned something new about how to work in DAS. So it's always worth attending. If you're interested, Mondays at noon is where that happens, and it happens in the onboarding room. Also in the onboarding room on Mondays, we have Carlos, who leads the new members orientation. So that onboarding class really helps you understand all that you can get out of your membership. It gives you some initial tips and tricks, some direction maybe on trading strategies and how to get yourself started. It's worth attending. That's Mondays at 8 o'clock every week. So hopefully you'll put that in your calendar. And again, even if you're an experienced trader, go and help out the newbies and help them get oriented, welcome them to the community. It's always good to have lots of people there. So that's 8 o'clock on Mondays. Tuesdays, we have our strategy and trade book series. Megan is going to lead this year off with Options 101. So I love it. New year, new tools, as she says. She's going to take you through how can you trade options. Almost guaranteed she's going to have some sort of gluten analogy. She loves bread and bread products. She usually does she's got a great pizza analogy. She may decide to go into like rye bread, or maybe she's been using a sourdough starter, who knows, but there'll be some carb, some gluten based carb analogy in there, almost guaranteed. But that's just a bonus to look for on top of the excellent information she'll provide on options. So that's January 7th at 8 p.m. And then the next week, Thor will take over, and he's going to talk about how you can trade funded accounts, how you can trade your own personal account, what the value might be in looking at different accounts, and why you might consider one over the other. So that'll be interesting for those that are thinking of how do I get started, or even, what type of account do I want to trade. Wednesday, we focus on psychologies, and in 2025, we'll continue that trend. Dr. Kenneth Reed is leading off the year with his greatly named Fear Eraser webinar. That's going to be fun. He's going to talk about that, and that'll be at, once again, 8 o'clock Wednesday night in the webinar room. And then the week after that, Mike will continue on his series of psychology webinars with Mind Over Market, how to develop a trader's mindset. So that'll be on January the 15th. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we also have a Bookmap webinar. Bookmap's another tool that you can consider using. That one's during the day. It's at noon, and Nathan leads that. So that's one that helps you orient yourself with Bookmap, tells you how to use it. Sort of like we do with the DAS Trader. Bookmap is another tool that a lot of our traders use. So we put on an information series on Wednesday that you can attend. Thursday, we have our mentorship series. We've got 4 different mentorship courses you can take advantage of. Next week, they should all be back and in action. We've got the 11 a.m. session with John. He actually did hold it yesterday. I told him he could have the day off, but he went ahead and held it for the members that were interested. So thank you for doing that. He'll be back again next week with that. That's at 11 o'clock in the webinar room. And then Jared and Megan will talk options at 2. At 4 o'clock, right after the market close, we have Lenny and Pierre that will help you out with any questions you might have and give you a market recap and rundown of trading styles and strategies, maybe stuff you ran into. And of course, the ever popular Thursday mentorship session that continues in 2025 with the Thursday night 8 p.m. session with Thor. So that's a great session, always well attended. So hopefully you will attend that. Now, that being said, yes, Ben, thanks for the reminder. The markets are closed on Thursday. Is the 9th? Let's see, Monday. You're correct. So that is a Thursday. All right. So I'm going to have to review that schedule and see if we're going to, what of those we'll do, if any. We'll let you know next week. Thank you. You know what? I even mentioned it earlier and then promptly forgot the fact that those markets are closed. So Carlos will have to remember to get some more information on that as to what's happening with those mentorship sessions on Thursday, whether we'll do some or any of them with the markets being closed unexpectedly. So. All right. If you wanted to join us in the chat room, we'd be happy to have you. Run a little late here this morning. How did we do that, Carlos? Anyways, we got a number of options. The diamond and platinum are your best deals. Check them out. Go to bearbulltraders.com. You can check them out there. All right. Let me hand it back to you, Carlos. We'll keep the show moving.
All right. Thanks, Peter, for that great information. In chat, we're having an amazing time here on YouTube talking about safe words. If you missed the beginning part of the show, we had a really good conversation today. So make sure you check that out. My safe word could be Alibaba, they're saying. Can you imagine my safe word Alibaba and then my iPhone picking up secretly recordings and then giving me advertisement from Alibaba? It's just not a good mix. So I just, Apple, send me my $20, please. I want my $20 on my account as soon as possible.
I don't know why that amuses me so much, Carlos, picturing you going, Alibaba, Alibaba, Alibaba.
I mean, out of all the words, this is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I
man,
find that amusing. All right.
Beautiful thing.
Thank you.
We're having a lot of fun today as we get into this Friday, first Friday of the year, friends. Again, not a blockbuster list, but we'll find something to trade for sure. Let's start with Rivian. Let's do some levels in here. Rivian looking pretty good. Good volume, 2.5 this morning. As far as volume, and up 5.5. High of the pre-market 14 at 10. We'll slam one there as you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at 152 likes. Looks like our thumbs are still haven't come back from the holiday hungover. So if we could get those thumbs warmed up, you know, we do need to do some warming up exercise right before we go on the show. Just kind of get those thumbs ready to go. But yeah, love those thumbs there. If you can smack those, that would be awesome. So Rivian, towards the bottom, we are slamming into tons of levels here. Previous day close, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Pretty much got you covered. They got some great news here, which was popping them up 5.6, as Peter explained earlier. I like them this morning. Will be on my list. Apple, again, some more negative news for them. iPhone sales are not doing great. They're spying on your conversations during the night. And here, love the pre-market 242.29. So we'll slam one there. And then if we look below that, it's going to be another level on the daily at 239.91. Towards the top, the high of the pre-market hanging out at 244.66. We'll put one there as well. And once you do that, I think you have plenty of levels from the last couple of days as Apple continues to slide here. There's one that we could add here too. I do like this one, 246.67. There's a couple of days flirting with this level as well, so we definitely want to have that on deck also. 246.67 is that last one. Ray, I was gonna say rigatoni, but this is this spaghetti rigetti over here. 11 million shares traded right now. High, all-time highs, guys, all-time highs. If you go back, this thing IPO'd around, I want to say $10, dropped down to about 6, and they're reaping some great benefits right now, especially if you were in early on this. The first time I heard of this stock was in the last couple of days, so I'm not in that group. High of the pre-market today is going to be 20.71, so we'll slam one there, and then we're going to put one at 19.25 this morning. That's all you need. Highs and lows doing an amazing job towards the bottom. Do not need to add anything else as we're sliding from the pre-market highs in the green into the red, down 4%. Peter, this is your doing for making fun of the name. You are now going to definitely get a call from the owner about this drop that the stock is getting.
Let's go forward to it.
Let's go over to Tesla. Love the pre-market 377.63. The high of the pre-market on Tesla 386.59. And once you do that, again, do not need to add anything on there, guys. We got plenty of levels from the last couple of days, doing a really good job. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close. are amazing. Good volume on here this morning. Pretty flat right now. It's in the red, slightly in the green now. But I think Tesla's worth a look here. The last couple of days, though, just sliding. Every day here is red. Even the gap ups have sold off on Tesla. Let's see how it ends today. Nvidia up 6.2 million shares traded right now. On the green, looking good too for a possible breakout if we can get going. So I do like the setup on Nvidia right now. 139.84 is the high of the pre-market towards the bottom. You got plenty of support. Just we've been stuck here. 139 has been a pretty strong resistance for Nvidia. Let's see if we can break out and hit some of these levels. Like 140.78 is next, and then we have 141.86 as well towards the top. So that's Nvidia there, looking pretty nice this morning. All right, friends, that's all we have. Today's the last day of the possible Santa Claus rally. So if we're going to do something, today's the last day, because it does include the first 2 days of the year. Let's see if that's going to turn into something. But again, from history, hasn't been that exciting. Peter shared a nice chart a few days ago showing us that it hasn't been that great in the past recent times. So could be a thing of the past. Yeah. Santa Claus rally could be a thing of the past here. Peter, I think that covers all.
Good. Yeah, let me tell you what our moderators are watching, and then we'll hand it over to our live traders. So real quick, Thor looks like he's going to be watching AMD, Nvidia, and Tesla. Phil's going to be watching RGTI, Nvidia, Broadcom, which we didn't talk about, SQ. Watching Nvidia and Rigatoni. I'm going to be watching my usual AMD, Tesla, Nvidia. I'm also going to be watching RGTI, Carvana, and X to see if they do anything interesting. Brendan's going to be watching Nvidia, RGTI, and Tesla. Lenny, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and Rivian. I should have put Rivian on my list. Maybe I keep an eye on that. But anyways, we'll see if it does move. Brendan's got Nvidia, RGTI, and Tesla. Let's see. Brian is in with his list watching Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, and Carvana. Eamon's just keeping an eye on the scanners. And Paris in under the buzzer watching Tesla, Nvidia, RGTI, X, and Rivian. So we'll see what moves this morning, guys. Let's get ready for live trading. We've got about just over 3 minutes till the market opens. So I know Brian's out there. Good morning, Brian. I said, good morning, Brian.
He's not
Brian's
on
in
yet.
the room. Oh, why is he not here? He's in the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, come on, buddy. I was counting on you. Didn't pick it up. Left me hanging. It's like trying to give someone a high five and they just like leave you hanging there. Now I feel like a dweeb. I know. Oh man, just left me here. Oh man. All right. Anyways, yeah, I think there's some good targets here. There's a couple things that we could potentially watch. Rivian hasn't really started to make any move yet. I really don't like the way it looks pre-market, but the volumes are good. 2.6 shares. It's not bad. I mean, it's not QSI volume. It's 25 million shares traded. So, yeah, let's.
Yeah.
It's
I hear
good.
Brian
So let's see.
Oh, that's great, Brian. I love that.
Good morning.
Are you going to trade with us today?
Yeah.
Can you see your charts with that?
Boring. Yep. The market's kind of boring, so I got the game going on the side here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. Like that.
The old.
Yeah.
Beat Saber. There you go. Oh, all right.
Beautiful day.
Back to reality. Enough of this VR.
Oh, look. Now you have legs.
Yeah. That's true. They've improved it.
Awesome.
I haven't put that thing on in a while. Do your avatars still not have legs? I don't know. Maybe
the avatars are actually getting better. So.
Are they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, they've improved.
All right, guys.
They've improved the look.
Okay. Well, we're going to hand you over to our experts here in Brian and hopefully Andrew. If you're listening to me, Andrew, come on, buddy. Get in there.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely. Friends, have a great trading day. I'm going to hop off here. Over on YouTube, thank you for the likes. Sitting at 195. We'd love to get a little bit higher. If we could do 300, that would be great. We have 780 people watching this early in the morning. So that's awesome. Thank you for that, guys. Have a great trading day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. We'll leave you with Brian and Andrew shortly.
Right on. Good morning, everybody. So I'm kind of interested in Carvana.
Oh,
looks
there
like,
he is.
it looks like it could be or what I call a rising devil trade, which means it's going to pop at the open and might give us an opportunity to short it. Nvidia looks kind of interesting, and so does AMD. It looks like they're trying to they're at high of pre-market, both of them by the looks of it. And Tesla may be, I don't know, Tesla may be a dog's breakfast today in terms of trading. But we'll have to wait and see. SPY and Qs are
All right, 5 seconds to the open.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
All right. Let's see what the market brings us here.
See what the markets give us. Tesla hasn't figured out where it's going yet.
Yeah.
X is getting a little pop, but we'll see if this is short-lived or not.
Come on. Carvana popping now a bit.
Yeah. X still hasn't got the volume in it yet, so be careful.
Oh, okay, so here goes Nvidia.
There's some more volume.
Just gonna share my bookmap screen here. There's Carvana popping. It's not really light. I don't like the spread on it. It's pretty bad.
Oh my god. Tried to take a short here on X, looking for a drop, and I really don't like this price action. It is horrible.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Right.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Can hear you now.
Good. Yes, good morning. Sorry about that, guys. Tesla is just popping up nicely. It's a really nice pop on Tesla. I'm going to get some long on Tesla at 383.72. Nvidia is also super interesting. Getting some long on Nvidia too at 141.45. That is interesting. Nvidia is super interesting. Tesla. Let's see if Tesla can break out. So I should be able to see my screen too. Nvidia R4 is at 141.70. This maybe lost Brian. All right, so Nvidia is popping up. Let's see if we can go to R4. Tesla, I'm adding a little more on Tesla, 384. Brian is stuck in metaverse. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian got disconnected. 1 sec.
Yeah, we lost Brian, huh? Nvidia, Tesla also meh. Nvidia was also meh. There's a lot of things that are hitting in the scanner. Carvana. Let's see if Tesla is gonna go. Come on, Tesla, 385. Tesla on the daily chart would be. Yeah, I don't like my Tesla trade and Nvidia trade, honestly. It's kind of Brian was a good man, yes. Oh, come on, come on, come on, Tesla. He's also hitting a scanner. AMD is the better one. Right, so let's see if this pullback on Nvidia and Tesla are surviving or not. I have a fairly big size on both of them, hopefully. Let's see if Nvidia can do another push. 141.40. I'm gonna get out of Tesla, guys. Yeah, Tesla didn't have any momentum to go higher. NVIDIA, let's see what NVIDIA is doing. AMD was the best. AMD is just going up crazy. Use up 7%. Oof, it's gonna go to all-time high, huh? IO and Q is interesting. 7%. They had this short seller report, huh? So I got out of it as Tesla. I might get back in there if it goes up, but it's pretty choppy now. Nvidia is also not doing great. AMD was the best. Like Nvidia might go toward this beautiful 142 level. Stays up 1%. Short on, yeah, Carvana short seems interesting. I'm back on Tesla, guys. 380, 350. I'm back long on Tesla. Now it looks like this time wants to go up. Back long on Tesla. All right, there you go. Popped up the high of the day. Let's see if it can go through 385. I'm still long on Nvidia too. Might add a little bit more on Nvidia. 140, 155. Let's see if Tesla can go to 385. Oh, okay. Nvidia is popping up, guys, too. 142. See if Nvidia can get to 142. All right, Tesla popping up. Partialing Tesla. 385.42. Nvidia 142 on Nvidia would be nice. Oh, there you go. All right, Tesla, guys. Tesla. Ooh. Back long on Tesla. YouTube, guys. Did anyone take that? Anyone in the chat room? Mr. Pesm Jared, long Tesla, selling 385, huh? Nice. Nvidia, guys, long. Now come on, long also Nvidia added more. Let's see if we can get to 142. 142 is this level a few days ago. Level, oh, there you go. Here's gonna go to 142. Rigetti, what is Rigetti doing? It's also popping up very nicely. Yeah, Rigetti is also strong. Tesla is popping up. Nvidia, I'm not sure. I haven't partialed on Nvidia yet. Tesla is pretty nice. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nvidia has that R4. Let's see if we can touch 142 or not. Oh, there you go. Nvidia is popping up 142, guys. Partialing at 142. Actually, trying to get out most of it as 142. I have a big size on Nvidia. I don't like that, so getting out a little bit more.
Okay.
Tesla, beautiful. Brian, you made it.
Yeah. I
You
don't know
made
what
it,
happened.
Brian. You were a good man. We were thinking about that. You
Yeah,
were a
I
good
don't know
man.
what happened. I just all of a sudden everything just froze. So yeah, I'm still in Ionic, IONQ, and still in Nvidia. Well, I've been working out all these technical issues. So yeah, Nvidia is looking
Perfect.
good. Yeah, awesome.
Tesla is also awesome too, guys. Yeah, Tesla.
Ooh,
I had a
Tesla's
really,
breaking
really
out
good
here.
day. I just wake up out of the bed and make trade. What a great person I am.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
nice.
Um,
Look at this nice Nvidia move. It broke through that R4 level. There's order showing up here at
amazing. Amazing. I am not making
is it?
any other trade. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Anyone took a trade? Let's see who trade what.
couple of good trades.
Nice, guys. Nvidia was super nice to 142. Out more on Nvidia, guys. If Avi is trading Nvidia, like he's trading with options.
Yeah, I'm still holding this for 143. Hopefully, see if we can get there.
143 on Nvidia. Did you trade options or shares?
I traded shares, and I also had a swing trade from yesterday. I like the way it finished the day.
AVGO broadband. Let's see what Broadcom. Oh wow, AVGO is good. AVGO is also nice, ready to pop up to 240, huh?
Yeah.
SOXL must be super up too, because SOXL. Oh yeah, SOXL is up 4%. I wanted to buy some SOXL. I just don't have the balls anymore. This is super.
No, it's just it's a lot higher than extended now than it was when you initially got into it.
The problem is the momentum on these semis is gone.
Man, Apple
wow,
is
Nvidia guys.
Apple's in the red. Yeah, Nvidia's still going. I tell you, there's orders here at 142.50 and 143. Yeah, Broadcom should be. You know, they say Broadcom is the new Nvidia. It's also going to be benefiting a lot from AI. AI is still going to be the story in 2024.
Well, it's an amazing technology. Like it's really changing everything. So it's not surprising. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's .com bubble." It's not .com bubble. Like I personally use AI like every single day, a lot of time. Like, and this is only me. That like a lot of companies, like they were talking with Amazon. Interview with Jeff Bezos. He said all of our like 95% of the R&D that we're doing is in AI. Like he was just blown away by this. Of course, these are all requires processing. All right, so Nvidia is 142. This is super nice. Getting out more on Nvidia, guys. Such a great 5-minute opening range breakup. Amazing.
Amazing is right. Yeah, it's still going to go here. There's a big order here at 143.
MSTR, Bitcoin is at 98,000. MSTR is hitting the scanner too.
Bitcoin was actually, I thought Bitcoin was down yesterday or this morning when I looked. The SPY is back at yesterday's high. Same with the Qs. Or no, the SPY, but the Qs are at
NVDA.
yesterday's high. Mm.
Is crazy.
Crazy. Oh, Apple looking like it's trying to go green here. The rest of the market, Apple's been the only one of the mags that have been really dragging its feet here. So you
Guys,
stayed
you should
away
be able
from
to see my
rigatoni
Rigetti.
today?
Yeah, Rigatoni seems like it's really trading like a meh today.
Meh.
Not fun at all.
Yeah, here we
Meh.
go. We're going to get to 143 on Nvidia. It's coming.
143 on Nvidia, yes. Yes, partially more. Oh, nice. Tesla seems has a little bit less momentum. I'm going to add a little bit on Tesla, 387. My Neo average is at 385. Let's see if I'm going to stop that or not. Tesla seems a little bit less strong. Has a little bit
Tesla's
less
the
strength
dog.
in
I
there.
think Tesla's looking ugly, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Really don't like it.
Yeah, the price action in Nvidia is super, super strong. It doesn't give us any pullback. Do you see that? No pullback on 1 minute chart, just going up. If it gets a
Very
pullback,
low.
I'd like to add. But
Yeah.
I took a big size on it, so I'm pretty happy on this. Nvidia, Tesla break the high of the day again. That would be nice because I added heavy on that too. Average 385. Nice.
Still got a bit of. We still got a. There's a 144 level on a daily, which I think is going to be resistance.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 144. Yeah, back in there 144, obviously. Back in October 25th, October 22nd would be level. And then after that, if we break out, we're around 146. There are a bunch of nice levels up there. The way that Nvidia is ripping, I would be surprised if this goes there. Paris, nice. Wow, Paris traded very nice Nvidia. So you can actually see Paris trade as well. So Paris, super nice trading here. He did a 1 minute open range breakup. Nice. So Paris, I was actually not behind my desk. Otherwise, definitely would have taken similar to you, 1 minute open range breakup and then add over there.
Yeah, I took it almost right away, but and I just felt like I was chasing it a bit, but it still worked out. It did was looking really nice into the open. Both Nvidia and AMD were showing a lot of strength going into the open. I got Lunar's at 21 over 21 bucks here. It's at yesterday's high. Now you're getting your pullback on Nvidia. Maybe we get to 142. I don't think we're going to go that low, but
yeah, Tesla is also dropping. I might actually get out Tesla right now.
Had a big drop on the Qs and SPY.
Yeah, I think Tesla is going to stop me out. And my average is at 385. I think Tesla has lost it, so I don't think it has any momentum to go higher.
Yeah, I kind of said I felt like Tesla's just going to trade like a dog's breakfast today.
Yeah, we get a good run out of it. I'm all out of Tesla, guys. I'm all out of Tesla because, it tried to go for the seconds. So you can see my screen. It tried to go for the seconds high breakup high today. It couldn't, and then big drop. So I don't think it's gonna have it. Nvidia is still have some hope for it. VGO, no, but Nvidia potential because Nvidia was much stronger. Maybe not a bad idea to add. So let me see. Sean, wow, Sean, very nice trade on Nvidia. Feel 11 hour on 2 Nvidia trade, amazing, nice, congratulations. Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nvidia, less disappointing. Nice. All right. So NVIDIA pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, you
I've
can see
added
my screen in real time in chat room, but in YouTube, unfortunately, we can't.
back to NVIDIA bid here, 56.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit here too, 142.86. Let's see. My new average is if new average is around 142, we're good. Yeah, 141.93. Oh,
Oh,
that's nice.
nice,
Oh yeah,
nice. What do
nice.
you think of that ad? That worked
Oh,
out.
amazing.
Look at
Thanks,
that, eh?
Brian. Finally, Brian
Yeah.
gave us a good trade. 3,900
Sold.
shares of Nvidia, guys.
Yeah.
So
Here we go. That was nice. Nice move back up. I told you it was going to get close to the 9 EMA
44.
2-minute
Yeah,
chart
maybe
on that
140. Yeah,
pullback.
144.
Now we've got orders here 143.50. See if we can get here. This is new high of day. Come on, come on. You can do it.
You can do it.
There's a 144 order there too. It's kind of running. We're kind of running out of steam here.
50. Yeah, 144.12 is also a level. Yes, this is strong, but let's see. Market seems a little bit toppy. Fuse bounce back. It's trying to lose the VWAP. Oh, it seems that everything is going down now. The wrong way. Slow. So yeah, NVIDIA, my average is at 141.93. I still have less than 4,000 shares in there. But tricky part is that I don't want to enter. Like entering at this area is a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Spies are right at the VWAP. Same with the Qs. Trying to
Amazing
decide
trade,
which
Phil.
direction to go
Beautiful,
here.
Phil. That's amazing trade. See options. Phil, see the tab that Phil shared. Let me actually share that. This the same trade. You can actually do it on options because. So he bought 140 calls from $2.17 to $3.45. It's just amazing. Like very nice, Phil. Phil got to do a little bit more option webinars for us. Very nice. Sean's also a really good trader. He did $800. Very nice, guys. Yeah. So, the Nvidia is back up. Interesting.
Yeah, it's right back at high of day here.
Yeah, it's interesting. We see that. Tesla's trying to come back up too, but again, I'm done with the Tesla. Meta. AMD had a nice run, but it dropped significantly. It's interesting. Is there any news on Nvidia or just normal position taking on that? It just broke out of that range, huh?
I think it just broke out. It kind of got sold, and people just, I think, jumped back in. Didn't, or maybe there was something about was there some, maybe there was some events going on. Could be wrong. I thought they had some.
Peter knows everything. Vivian on a tear. ISM's coming in 5 minutes.
There we go. Nice. Still, we're still looking at this 143.50. I think is still looking good.
Yeah,
143.50 and then 144. Yeah.
Nvidia is gonna go toward the high of the day.
Yeah, making a lower or higher low. Here we go, breaking out, high of day. Diddly doodly.
Partial 143.50 doodly. This is how Brian drinks. This is how Brian you drink.
It's really because it's I drink lemon. I drink lemon water because it's too early for coffee.
News coming toward 5 minutes. All right, so I have only 2,800 shares left on Nvidia. I don't have a lot. Very nice, guys. It's really amazing. I had a pretty good day. Like Tesla was a little bit iffy, but Tesla is also going back to the high of the day, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
All right, 144 in Nvidia is 144 in Nvidia.
Yeah, here we go.
Is
yeah,
that's yeah.
Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it's looking good. There's a big order.
Today's Friday. Brian,
too, actually.
Do you want to sell 146 calls today?
Yeah, I usually don't. I don't like to take shorts in the direction of a trend. It'd be probably better off selling 142s. I'm not sure what kind of premium you'd get on them. Let's see.
Well, 146 is 20 cents. Get the fuck out of here. 20 cents? Oh, shit. Tesla is popping up.
Here we go.
Tesla. God. My humanity, as Brian says.
God, the humanity. 142s you can get 43 cents for.
142?
Yeah, you can get 43 cents for puts.
Oh, puts. You want to sell puts? No, I don't want to sell. 142, huh? Yeah, it's probably better to sell 142 calls than 142 puts than 146 calls because you don't get anything out of that. Tesla is crazy. Jeez. Tesla calls at 400. What about that one? How much is that one? 87 cents.
Tesla calls at 400.
Yeah.
400 calls. Let's see what it's got here. Usually like to trade options on Tesla, but
they're more premium.
Yeah, there's more premium. They're pretty liquid, so you can get in and out of them without much slippage. 395 calls might be interesting. Get $1.65 for them.
I'm gonna add a little bit more on Nvidia here. See if we can get to 144. I'm adding a little bit more on Nvidia. Let's see if we can actually go through Nvidia.
Here we go. There's 144. There isn't much above there in terms of liquidity. So
Is CES for
here we go.
Nvidia? Actually,
I'm gonna sell some here. I don't see any. I was gonna sell at 144 anyway. So
oh, there you go.
another 10
So
cents.
there is some
10 cents.
Come on.
10 cents. Another 10 cents isn't going to make a difference. I'm getting out of this trade. Pretty happy about this.
So Brian chickened out, huh?
Yeah, I think this is a good place to. There's, like I said, there's no orders above there, and 144 is an area where I think there's going to be some. Ooh, there's your pullback.
All right, I'm all out of it too, because I added way too much. My average came up, so yeah, I'm all out of it. So, although I think it's gonna go, but I kind of messed up my entry. It's a pretty good day for me.
It's still, I still think it might pop, might just do this last push here.
Yeah, I added too much, so my average came up, so way too much. So pretty good for me. I'm not a greedy person. The universe gave me enough. Oh, new chip. Oh, CES. Oh, yeah, Sean. Yeah, people were saying CES. I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't know what CES means. I'm all out of Tesla, guys. Flat for me. Really decent day.
It's the consumer. It's consumer electronics show.
Consumer electronics show, yeah. Damn, I didn't know that. You know, sometimes you don't know something, it's so embarrassing. People say, oh shit, I don't know what that means. And I'm too afraid to ask. Guys, what was CES?
Yeah. See, look at this pullback now on Nvidia. Aren't you glad you sold? Just front run that. That last. Yeah, that last 10 cents wasn't worth hanging on for. Ooh, look at it drop.
X. What happened to X? Yeah. United Steel dropped significantly too. You know, funny, X is a company that never really got any momentum after election. Because back in 2016, I remember trading it. And when the election happened, it had got the Trump effect back in 2016. Like I remember that had massive run after President Trump got elected.
Yeah.
But not today. Not.
It's because he has his own platform.
No. I'm talking about the United States Steel, not X. United Steel, because
United Steel.
Yeah. United Steel. Because there was a lot of speculation that they got, a lot of manufacturing in the US and the wall and border and everything. So I remember that it popped up significantly. But no, you're right. They had an emerging deal with the Japanese steel company, and this one got blocked. Antitrust.
Oh, did it get blocked, or because I thought it was on? Last I heard, it was on sort of Biden was going to make a decision on it, and that was like yesterday or the day before. So I don't know if there's been any news since then.
No, I think it got rejected. Here we go. Nvidia is going to go up. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, Nvidia's back at that pullback. Yeah. We'll see what it does here. See if it double tops. There's, like I said, there isn't any. I'm not seeing. Let's just see here. Do we see anything else? Now there are some other orders. 146, 145, but like I said, this 144 level is, I think, is an area that it's going to have some. It's going to have some. It has some prior resistance there. So we'll see if it breaks out through it or not.
Most likely it does, but I don't want to enter now. That's the thing. I don't want to enter. No. This is not a good place to enter. The reason that I got out completely was because I added way too much. and my average came way up, so it was not really worth holding it. But if you have a good entry, it's a good place to hold.
The volume's kind of dropped off on it, but doesn't. Yeah, see what it does. AMD.
I think it's gonna break. I think it's gonna break again. I don't want to be in there, but I think it's gonna break.
Yeah.
Tesla, AMD is going up to. AMD might be a long. 2277, because AMD had a really nice run.
The problem with AMD is it's kind of range bound.
Fuck me! Look at Rivan.
Yeah, I see. Rivian showed up earlier in the week. I don't know what that was. What's going on with that? Yeah, look at
crazy. What a nice clean price action on Rivian. Now there you go, Nvidia breakout.
Yeah, there's the breakout. 145s there. I still not sure if this is gonna hold.
Damn, Nvidia.
That's okay. I'm happy with that trade.
I'm pretty good too. Yeah, very, very profitable. Nvidia, yeah, it might pull back. I mean, eventually pulls back. Reversion to the mean is the fundamental rule of trading, but the question is when. So don't short it just because you think, it's too high. No, it can go significantly higher. That's why risk management is super important. Tesla has a chance to go higher. Yeah, Tesla is going higher. I mean, already is going higher, but it doesn't seem that it's as strong as Nvidia. Definitely, Tesla is moving more with the market direction. As you see, market is going up, but I don't think Tesla is going to just rip, because it seems that every time at the high of the day, it's just have a bigger pullback. Nice, Sean. Oh, more trading on SPY. Yeah, Rivian is amazing. Shit, Rivian is just great. Why did we miss Rivian?
I don't know. Like I said, it showed up earlier in the week. I remember seeing it. I remember seeing it in the scanner. See, like there's another pullback on 144 on Nvidia.
Yeah, Nvidia, okay, so pullback. Yeah, Nvidia touched that 144.22 down to the penny. This is a level that I had around this.
What's going on with yields are flat today? Not doing the long-term yields aren't doing anything. I kind of think that could be wrong, but we came back down, touched the 9 EMA on Nvidia. Now we pop back up again. Kind of feel like the momentum traders are running out of steam here with Nvidia, and it did hit that. Yeah, it did hit that 144.20 level, like you said. We'll see. We shall see. What about scanners? Scanners.
Don't day trade on Wealthsimple. Like Wealthsimple is not a broker that you want to day trade on. That's why your order got rejected. You gotta, don't go to a gunfight with a plastic knife. Like, this is very dangerous. Technology is one big element of success. You need to have a right technology for day trading. This is a financial war, and you want to go with Wealthsimple in there.
Yeah.
Don't be that person, please. There are some brokers that they designed investing and position holding. They're not designed for active trading. There's a reason that interactive brokers exist, just because it's for sophisticated traders. It's the Lamborghini of racing
Are the scanners working? Because I don't in the trading terminal because they're not coming up for me.
They might. We are having some issues with the data provider right now. So let me check.
Okay.
Might have some issues.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
not.
this data provider is not reliable, and I'm getting
Oh,
some. Yeah, I'm
okay.
getting.
Okay. It's weird. Don't know why I wouldn't be getting.
Maybe refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems that mine is active.
Okay, here we go. It looks like I said, Nvidia is looking a little tired here.
Yeah,
Still,
Nvidia popped up. I think Nvidia is an area that I don't want to enter. It's pretty extended on a 5-minute
no.
chart too. I also don't want to short it. I don't have a trade for short it. Reddit is 1%. We are so back. Wow, Reddit is going to go back toward all-time high, 182. Is there an election thing on Reddit? No, it's after the earning popped up. It was before election.
Yeah. Kind of watching Nvidia here to see what it does. See if it's still got some buying. I'm gonna try shorting it. So I'm sort of making a lower low there. I'm not looking for a lot of movement here. So maybe come back to 143.50 if it's going to. I don't know if it's going to. Still got some buyers. Here we go. It's going to give me a bit here. Give me some lovin'. Heck, here we go. All right. Here we go. It's going to cover some there. 143.50. AMD short too. Wow, look at AMD drop. Wow, look at the market drop. Here we go. Just cover some more. 143.30. All right. All right. Well, I'm 3/4 out of this position. So, like I said, I got even a little bit more than I thought I was going to get on this. There's not a lot of orders in terms of liquidity down here. So I'm not really sure how much more we can drop here. Going to cover some more. I'm just about out of it. I'm just concerned it's going to consolidate and pop back up. It's kind of an area where we've seen some support here on that first pullback, second pullback. You can see on the 1-minute chart, we're into that sort of breakout area. Right now it's kind of 50-50. It could go either way. My feeling is it's going to go up, so I'm going to get out of the rest of it. That's okay though. Got a nice move on that trade. Jared's not giving up on the Rigetti. Feels like Nvidia maybe wants to go lower. Let's see what the market's doing here. Dropping. Okay. Yeah, see, like Nvidia is not sort of just finding some area here to consolidate at. So it's kind of why I bailed on the rest. Let's see, where's AMD? Kind of came down to R3, found some support there. Qs and SPY. What's this SPY doing? Let's take a look.
Sorry, guys.
SPY bookmap is always so messy. So I did a bit of a short on Nvidia, got that move down. Now it's coming back up.
Nice.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
You knew it.
I knew it was going to come back up. Look at that. It's right back in the high of day.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to break out. Yeah.
That's why if you're shorting a strong stock, just be prepared that you're probably not going to get a big move. You're just in it for a good time, not a long time. We're for a good time. Jared's still playing around with Rigetti. What are we looking at? It's this low of day here, eh? There's probably some support on Rigetti around 1780.
It is crazy. Like yesterday went up to 20 all-time high, but it's now pulling back. Dollar is still strong. Bonds are not.
Yeah, long-term bonds are kind of flat. Oh, there goes AMD. AMD's dropping hard. Woo! Look at Nvidia's now dropping. Oh, and the Qs and the SPY just took a big leg lower here. Damn.
So the ISM didn't impact anything, huh? No, ISM didn't really impact anything.
No.
So Carvana, when the short seller reports came in, what happened to them? I think yesterday morning they announced it.
Yeah, it didn't get much of a reaction.
No, it did actually. So from 200 dropped to 187 and quickly bounced back. It's very interesting. Quickly bounced back.
Yeah, I find that these short selling reports often are, there's an initial reaction and then they kind of bounce back.
Yeah, Heidelberg
quite a few years
destroyed a couple of companies.
Yeah, I remember one company. I can't remember if it was Heidelberg, but they this was like so many years ago now. But they came out with a short seller report on Nvidia. Said they were overvalued. Blah blah blah.
Didn't they do something on Adani Group in India that really impacted them?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe they did. Yeah, it was crazy. I am not, guys, entering anything. I had a really good day. I had 2 weeks. You can see my P&L and my position in my screen in chat room. I had a pretty good day. So I'm not really going to take any other trades. It was pretty awesome. One of the most important thing, guys, in trading is also not to give back the profit. Like Brian was talking recently that he really needs to stop. So Brian, I want to remind you that
Yeah, it's
all
time
the
to
profit
stop.
back. Yeah, stopping is very important when to stop. Like I told you, in the funded account that we see every day, a lot of people are having good trades and then they give it away. So not having the pressure of just keep trading is also something that you really want to, resist. Like now, I'm not saying that there is no trading opportunity, but what I'm trying to say here is that you don't need to be in every single trade that you recognize.
Yeah.
So very
Cheese and
important
Spy
not to
hitting
be in every
there.
single trade. Yeah.
That's really weird. The trading terminal slowly loading scanner.
So Samid, my salary
Keeping
used to
that up.
be, when I came to Canada, my salary used to be $14,000 Canadian a year. So
Wow.
every 2 weeks after tax, I was getting $772 back in 2009. Yeah. Yeah. When I look at my life journey, unbelievable. Like now, $47,000 in a day. Although half of it is tax, but
Yeah, and then a quarter of it goes to your wife.
go to the wife and the tax and stuff. So yeah, that's hopefully my divorce is gonna finalize in January. I think I gotta go up like 3-4 million, but it's okay. It's
Thank
money.
God. Just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, like this divorce thing is like it's not about the money. It used to be the money at the beginning. Oh, my money, my money. But now it's just that CPU of your brain, 52% is on this thing that you have no control over. Like, I just want to get it. Like, I told my lawyer that, and I made mistakes at the beginning. I tried to not be fair, and then now it's just bite me back and say, I don't care. I just want to write a check. He said, no, you're gonna win. I have this basis. I want to write a check. Like, I really can't handle it anymore. So Nabil, if you are in a Diamond account, Diamond membership, you actually have access to a $50,000 funded account. You can email our support and then you activate it. So Brian doesn't, I don't think Brian makes a living out of trading. So JC is asking, Brian, your account like $50,000, do you have enough living? I don't think he lives. I think Brian is retired, so he has a pension in life, and I think he has other investments and stuff.
Yeah.
So Brian is pretty well off in life.
I don't
think you can
I don't
live
have to do
on
this.
a $50,000.
Oh God, no. Unless you have a partner that makes more or equivalent amount, and you don't have kids. But yeah, honestly, I was going to say on it. I don't have to. Yeah, I mean, I could be in bed right now, but that would be boring.
So you have to have a correct expectation from trading. So a correct expectation from trading is how much is your account and how much is a reasonable return. Like 0.5% a day is pretty reasonable. 1% is very skilled trader and a very volatile market. So you have to see, okay, 0.5% a day, is it enough for a living or is it enough for growing account? For me, day trading was never really part of my income in a way that I live based on it. So when I really didn't have a big account back in 2014, 15, 16, even 17, when I had the Rebel Traders, I was trading to accumulate my account. I rarely withdraw money from my trading account. Maybe one time I bought a house, like I put $600,000 down. That was the only time. So for me, it was always a generation, adding wealth into my account. because I had a job. Like up to 2019, I was employed. Like I was working like on a payroll, and so my ex-wife was working, and we had a very simple lifestyle up to 2023. Like I really, like recently I bought a Lamborghini, penthouse and everything, so I'm off leash, but I had a really reasonable life, very reasonable life for the money that I was making. So you have to see, like I think for a lot of people it's good to learn how to trade and accumulate wealth slowly in it, rather than, okay, I'll quit my job, I want to make a living out of trading. So I'm a big advocate of part-time trading. So just to accumulate wealth like I did.
Yeah.
You know, like these 5 years from now, your account would be millions of dollars. A lot of people in our community have millions of dollar accounts. So it could be 10, $20 million. But also reaches to a point that you don't want to day trade. Like I'm recently thinking that if I have like a $15 million account, I just get 7% return out of it. Do I need to wake up like this and deal with Peter every morning? Like reaching to a point that when you're reaching up, you don't want to even day trade. Sorry, Peter. So yeah, this
nice
managing proper expectation. Yeah, but people have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice bounce off the VWAP on Nvidia. Yeah, I agree. I mean, for years I traded, but I also had a full-time job. So and you could do that on the West Coast, of course, because you can get up early, do some trading, shut the computer off, then you go to work, go to your other job where you actually can rely on your income. So you don't have that pressure that you have to you have to make a certain amount of money each month or to pay your bills. And I think that's pretty important for anybody who's starting out trading. You can't really rely on your day trading profits. You need to have some other income until and maybe someday will you become you feel confident that and you've got lots of experience under your belt and you can stay consistent, but consistency is always a battle.
So it's very important for people to join our community, or they want to trade, is have a proper expectation on what they're getting into. In my opinion, I'm a big advocate of don't quit your job, don't go all in into trading. Like we have a lot of traders here in our community, like Mike and John, Peter. They're retired. Like John and Mike, they're military retired after 23, 25 years. And and because you start military very young, you retire very young, like in your 40s. You got to do something with your life. I remember Mike wanted to go into forensic accounting, and then while he was stationed in Afghanistan, he found my book somewhere in a bunker in dirt. Started reading. It was for another soldier, and then he retired from Marines. Like he started when he came stationed back in San Diego. He started trading, and as soon as he retired, he became full-time trader. And I invited him to become educator. But Mike, for example, or John, they have military pension. It's not probably a lot, but it's something that they rely on for life. Like Peter, for example, many years of corporate executive things. Brian, so you have a full career. So it's really good for people have another source of income, because you also don't do desperate things. People who are desperate, they do crazy things.
Yeah.
And also time is very important. Like if I was living in the Eastern time zone, I wouldn't be a trader. Like I was really trading like this at 7:38, finishing this, have breakfast, kiss my wife, go to work. I had to do this until 2019. But if your time frame is like either you're in Europe, that you have to be at work in that time, or you're commuting, or your Eastern time zone, it's just impossible to learn day trading.
Yeah, that's very true. So don't put all that pressure on yourself. The more emotional pressure you have on yourself, the more you're going to take trades that really aren't maybe aren't in your trade book. And how's that book coming along, by the way? Is it ready to be published yet, or
Good. Like
because
I'm
you're
waiting for
working
the
on it?
last chapter to be edited. Yeah. So Ellie's asking, so taking trading as a side hustle won't get the commitment that it should be, don't you think? No, I disagree with you, Ellie. I completely disagree with you. You can become a very good trader by taking it as a side hustle. Yes, I did it. I'm the perfect example of it. Like remember, Peter remembers that. Peter is probably one of the early members that we were trading after 7:30. I was gone. The chat room was there. It was black screen. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
Only Peter and 5 other retired person. They were chatting with each other. Yeah, it was a side hustle for me until 2019. It still is a side hustle for me. Still, I see trading as a side hustle for me. Like after I'm finished at 8 o'clock in my time, I'm not doing trading anymore. I'm either climbing or running or going to the office and do other things. And the commitment, a lot of people think, oh, I'm committed. I want to trade 8 hours a day. It's actually not a good thing, like 8 hours a day. Like you don't see professional athletes running 8 hours a day just because they want to become better. No, you need exercise, you need recovery, you need nutrition, you need sleep, and you need psychology. There are 5 elements to become a successful, high-performing athletes. Exercise, recovery, sleep, nutrition, and mindset. These 5 at the same time are important. There are actually more and more research has been done that the athletes that sleep more, like 10 hours, they have better performance than the people who sleep at 8 hours. And they've done it on when do they get on fatigue. Like when the runners run at 7 miles, they get fatigued. The ones that are like muscle fatigues, they can measure this kind of things. If they sleep 8 hours, the one that sleep 10 hours, they get at 10 miles. So 30% increase in performance just by 2 hours extra sleep. So I disagree with you. Like you don't need to be all the time in YouTube and all the time watching, all the time chat room. We have a lot of people do that, but you don't need to. A lot of people have
Yeah.
built businesses, billion-dollar businesses as a side hustle.
Yeah, I mean, we do have people in there that hang around in the room all day, and I don't know how much they're trading, but again, if when you sit in front of the screen, you kind of have this mentality that you want to, you feel like you have to trade, and then you start taking trades that maybe you wouldn't take, or and start giving back money. Like I can sit here and do that all day. I can give back all the money I just made this morning by sitting here and taking trades that are sort of B plus setups or B minus. I'm just sitting here. So, but other people like Peter and some other people have a lot of discipline, and they can sit and chat and watch and wait for their setup and not be tempted to take a trade. But I think I'm more inclined to always want that dopamine hit of taking a trade and being in a trade. So it's dangerous for me.
Yeah. I mean, again, we can discuss this, to death. But I mean, human. When you look at your life story, there's so many things you've always done at the same time. You went to school, high school, and you did a lot of other things. The human focus can be divided to so many things, as long as you can actually separate these things together. And remember, trading, guys, is gambling. It's addictive. So you're dealing with a psychological element of addiction in there too. So like an addict or alcoholic that convince themselves that, oh, I can do another line, or I can do another drink, I can do another thing. Traders also can convince themselves mentally. It's just a very smart way of mind to convince yourself to get into trouble. Like, oh no, I have to do this. I'm committed. Really wanted that. So you got to be careful. This is a psychological addiction. It's like gambling. So you have to control it. You have to have some that's why the mentorship groups, support and that kind of thing helps, because a lot of people check your sanity. I got laid off. The first time that I got laid off was 2015, I think. So the company that we were working is just slowly started laying off people. I was the first wave. And then after 2 years, I think completely they shut down. So And it was really bad for me because it really hit me personally. Like I was coming PhD, patent paper and stuff, and then to get out. And it's funny because they hired me very recent and was the latest round of hire and the latest round of firing. But soon I realized that a
Yeah.
lot of bad things that happen in life can be actually could be blessing in disguise. In that time, I was really, really depressed, but turned out to be the best thing ever happened to me. A lot of things that happens to you, like that $2 million TNA loss, I think it was a great lesson. And I was talking with Peter. Peter told me that a lot of time the best lessons in life are the most hurting one. But I learned that I
Most
shouldn't fuck around with
painful.
these leverage products.
Yeah. Tesla moved up. Tesla's moving up here. The markets are a little bit choppy today. It is Friday. People are still off on vacation. Volume's kind of dropping off here. So I think it's there isn't there. We'll see what happens for the rest of the day. But yeah, one door, as they say, one door closes and another opens, right? Sometimes you have to look at it that way.
Yeah, exactly. So
Kind of
it's very
forces you
important, guys.
out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, out of your comfort zone. I was just going to say it just forces you out of your comfort zone, and then good things can happen.
Yeah, it's very, very important to look at trading. I love to tell you that, oh no, quit your job. I'm gonna give you this, and charge you $1,000 for a membership. But I should be able to live myself if I'm not honest with you. And I found that honesty actually attract more people. So, if you're honest with people, you get very serious people and the people that you want to be around. Like I go, to this summit with people, we go to retreat together. These are the people that I want to hang out with, even outside of trading. So I don't want to attract people that, I don't want to hang out with. There was a guy yesterday that he just constantly signing up, give me a refund, signing up. He did it 3 times. And I eventually refunded him and I said, never ever sign up again. I don't want you in the community. Like, I don't need your money. I don't want your presence. I don't want your negative energy. If you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you just stay away from us. It's not about. Yeah, I started with a small account. Like my account was that time was $30,000 Canadian. Thanks to Brian, he introduced to me in a leverage product, Labu LABU. I lost $10,000 on that. It's a 3 times leverage. So Brian was very helpful in helping me blow up 30% of that. Do you
It
remember
was
that?
funny. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Nugget.
LA.
I thought it was at
No, it
Labu.
was Labu LABU. I don't know if it's still
Okay.
trading on. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah, it's
is. I
still.
think, yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
He was instrumental in my early destruction.
It was one of those. I knew you needed one of those painful losses.
Yeah, so that's my life story. Sorry for a rant. I know but sometimes you need to hear these kind of things, guys, to remember that that having a proper expectations. That's why I'm saying that wealth simple and day trading. Someone in the YouTube was saying that wealth simple and day trading is just doesn't make sense. He was saying that, oh, my order got rejected. Now imagine you're on a volatile thing like a Rigetti, and your order gets rejected and you're long and it drops 7%. You know what I mean? It's just that's how you destroy yourself. Um,
Hmm.
Guys, we are starting the boot camp next week, so it's going to be a really good boot camp. For those of you, everybody should have received the invitation, like the first welcome email, and everybody should be having access to all essential material and everything. If you haven't got that, make sure to email me or Mike. Yeah, and again, remember, guys, Peak Capital Bootcamp is coming with a $50,000 funded account. Sean. Good job. Sean is a really good trader. Very nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, honesty is actually my biggest weakness in life. I think I highly recommend people, guys, to go through these funded accounts that we have. It's a very good test of your skills. A lot of people think they are ready for trading, but actually they're not. So go through this funded account. Not that I wanted to sell you something, but for like a $500, you can, test yourself in a very good condition for 3 months and see you actually have it or not. And 3 months is good period because you see all sorts of market environments. You see volatile day, you see choppy days, you see news, you see everything, Federal Reserve, everything. So you get a good sense of consistency. And if you cannot pass the funded account, then don't open an account because it's not going to be any better. It's not going to be any easier. Probably your cost is higher, commission is higher, and your stress is way higher. So how Brian and I became friends? So we used to work together in a company. It was in a startup company. Brian was a
business development
advisor. Business development,
yeah. Business development.
Yeah, and Brian was coming to the office because there were cute girls, so he wanted to be hanging around the cute girls all the time.
I needed. Yeah.
Yeah, so Rapid Trader is asking, so the Diamond account, the Diamond membership or funded account comes with a simulator, with options trading and a funded account. And unfortunately, these two start at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't because, again, it's the platform charging us for 3 months at the same time. So yeah, really, unfortunately, you can't have both. What you can do is you can trade maybe at the beginning a little bit on a simulator and then switch to funded. Or if you want to test the trades that you're not 100% sure on the test account, the trading account, and then the A+ setups or the ones that you have really good conviction on the main account. So the TEDx event is the deadline is going to be as soon as we get to the maximum people that we are signing up. But I appreciate if you sign up a little bit earlier because it helps us to managing it properly. I think we're going to get to max out. Like we are about 70 people signing up now. So I think we should be able to fill it. That's really nice. Capacity is 200 people.
We're going to go here on Tesla. It looks like it's going to go to 387.
AMD worked the high of today. I knew AMD is going to go up. Didn't I tell AMD is going to go up? NVIDIA looks like it wants to go higher. Sorry, FL. I'm sorry, FL. I didn't see the chat on YouTube. So what are the consequences to fail the funded accounts? There's no consequence for you except the money that you paid. So if when you pay $1,000 for 3 months, and if you blow it up, there's no consequence for you. You don't have to pay because these are not real money for me. This is a simulator account. The consequence would be only the $500 that you paid for the program. The other $500 goes to DAS for the platform. So that's only $500. That's why I'm saying that it's a good test of your skill without real consequences. And if you because you can lose, $12,000 by only $500. But it's not that if you lose money, I'm going to come after you because it's a training account. Yeah, bootcamp. We have availability for bootcamp. Frank, you can sign up for a bootcamp here. We actually added many more traders in the bootcamp, so because we had more interest from the people. So Carlos wasn't a captain, but we added Carlos as a very experienced trader. So Dan, the funded account works in a way that you get an account. So you pay $1,000, you get an account for $50,000 buying power, you trade, and at the end of the 3 months, if you're profitable, you take the profit. Like we have one trader that is now up like I think $18,000, and he has like less than a month to go, so he gets the profit. And if you lose more than $12,000, then you're disqualified from the profit taking, but you can still trade. And the reason that we disqualify you is because we want to have consequence for you. It's not. I don't want this to become another simulator for you. Zach is asking, is it possible to buy the entire float of a small cap stock? Probably not, because probably not, because when you start buying crazily on a stock, the price goes higher. So the market makers automatically understand the supply and demand. Like, for example, Nvidia is trading at $143. If Warren Buffett with $300 billion wants to say, I want to buy Nvidia, if he wants to buy it from the market, the price keeps going higher and higher and higher. And you're not going to be able to buy it. For a small cap, when the prices move like 300%, it's just because probably some big orders are coming and they want to, take it higher. The price is not going to stay. But sometimes you see, this stock is $2. The float is only 500,000. So it means that the market cap is only $1 billion. Okay, I'm going to buy the whole company. No, you can't, because nobody's selling it to you. If you want to buy it, come through the market, the price is just going to skyrocket significantly.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of people that own any stock, there's going to be people that are going to be sellers at a certain price, but then there are people that are invested. Even if it's a low float stock, there's people that are invested for the long term, and they're not going to sell to you. So you won't be able to get those shares unless, of course, the price goes a lot higher. And then they might be motivated to sell. So when you think of it, it's what motivates a holder to sell, and that's a higher price. So there'll be people that'll sell right away, and then as soon as you start trying to buy more, you'll have to start paying higher prices.
I think there's also a lot of regulation on that. Like, for example, Elon Musk, before takeover Twitter, I think he was having 10%, but you have to disclose. Like anything, I think about 5% you have to disclose. And then there is board sometimes can pass regulation that one single investors cannot have more than 10%. I think that's what they did in the case of Elon Musk, because he was doing the hostile takeover. He was trying to buy more and more shares to get more the seats in the board and eventually become majority shareholder. And then they passed a resolution in the board of Twitter that he's not allowed to have more than 10%. So it's also a lot of regulation on the ownership of public companies.
Or as a public company, I mean, there's these poison pill strategies they use to prevent takeovers. They can issue more shares. The board just needs to get together and authorize more shares into the market. So it creates dilution.
Yeah, it's called the hostile takeover, when one big investor wants to take over a company, and usually they can fight it back. And also, again, the regulations is a lot in there.
Nvidia is going up, or Tesla, I should say, it keeps going up.
Yeah, Tesla is going back up. Yeah, so I had a pretty good day. I don't think I want to take any other trade, as we mentioned. We did. Is there any question from my YouTube guys? Let me get some question from the YouTube.
So 390 looks interesting on Tesla.
So somebody's asking, why don't you trade futures? So the futures market, there are a couple of things about futures. The future market is actually pretty good. You get a really good leverage. But the problem with the futures are, in my opinion, is that you don't get day trading opportunities every single day. Like the market of the futures can be pretty flat. Like in the bear market, like back in 2022, there was a lot of opportunities. But when it comes to the daily pockets of volatility, I think stocks individually and options have more opportunities. Like you see, Nvidia, it's moving up 4 or 5%. Tesla yesterday was moving up 7 8%. And day traders want the pockets of volatility. That's why the futures are giving you so much leverage, because you need to make money from smaller moves, which is okay, but it's also a little bit harder to find the trading opportunities. Again, the trading, the future trading, I think, in my opinion, also is like it's kind of like a sport. You can't do all of them. Like Cristiano Ronaldo is a soccer player. He's not a runner. He's not a a horse rider. He's just focus is one thing. Like focus is super important. It's not that there is anything better than soccer, than running or football or something. No, you gotta pick one field and just be master at it. Because there's always better. There's always, everything's pros and cons. Like futures are pretty good at one thing, but they don't have the lack of, stocks are pretty good at one thing, but they're very, capital inefficient. You go to crypto is, huge leverage and everything, but also there's disadvantage of that. So you gotta, in my opinion, you gotta pick something and try to be good at it. Don't try to chase and over optimize every move and every action and everything that you have. A lot of people try to over optimize always. Oh no, this is better. Oh no, I heard this is better. Oh, I heard this is better. Like you gotta stick to something, even in life. You have to just accept that, okay, this is it. This is my partner. This is my husband. This is my wife. Maybe I can do better, maybe not, but I gotta stick to it. I gotta build. Yeah, it's very important to just commit to something.
Yeah, I mean, we do have.
No, I
was going to say we do have traders that trade the E-minis, but again, it's all about what do you want to focus on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that nothing. I was just. I was just saying that.
Yeah, because Tesla's back up again. It still has buyers. You pullback's getting bought.
Yeah, I only hold the VOO, which is pretty nice. I'm getting a very nice dividend on that. It's not a lot, but for my position, I'm getting like about 100,000 a year, 120,000 a year, just the dividend, like every quarter, which is pretty nice. But I don't have any options. Like, a lot of time people say, when the market is super toppy, like it was like a few weeks ago, you should like buy, protection. Like when I was trading at 609, everybody knew it was pretty toppy. So a lot of people will start buying puts and this around. But if you plan to hold long term, which I do, I don't want to mess around with the options too much. You don't need to as a simple investor. Like I'm a sophisticated trader, but I'm a pretty simple investor. I don't need to be worried about, because I don't need to report quarterly to my investors. Like the problem that Wall Street has is, they have mandates and then they have to report quarterly. And, if you don't report good return, you get fired. The investors, they pull their money out.
Yeah.
So that's what drives Wall Street crazy. Is just because people are impatient. If you report a bunch of quarter negative, like when Dr. Michael Berry was doing in Big Short. You remember that scene that his main investor came to his office and they were going crazy on him, and he was saying, "Watch me, I might be early, but I'm not wrong." And he was saying, "It's the same thing, Michael. It's the same thing. Like, give me my fucking money back." Like, do you remember that? Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah.
The fund managers. So that's why they constantly need to buy put protection, switch rotation, that kind of things. Yeah, exactly, Gary. Also, that's the thing. That's what they say, that the stock market in the short term is a voting machine, in the long term is a weighing machine. So what does that mean? That means that when in the dot-com bubble crashed, Jeff Bezos sent a letter to all investors, and he quoted this in there. It's a very interesting, actually, email. I actually saw it somewhere. You can actually look into, Jeff Bezos' email after dot-com 2001. So he said to his investors that, okay, our stock is down 80%, like Amazon was down 80% after the dot-com crash. And he was saying that, but look at these numbers. Our revenue grew, our user base grew. Look at these numbers. And again, the voting machine has collapsed because everybody was just speculating on crazy things. But now in the long term, our company is going to survive. And indeed, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. So like Dogecoin, Fartcoin, like this Hop2A coin, these are
Crazy.
just gambling, speculation.
Yeah. Crazy. Wow. Cool.
Nice, Ken. Nice. Yeah, Chris, you can buy VOO. You can buy directly S&P 500. Is VOO, the Vanguard ETFs are a little bit better in terms of return because the management fee are lower, but it's the same thing as S&P 500. The SPY is a little bit a higher management fee. It's not much. It's like, I think, 0.5% higher or something like that. But yeah, you can hide S&P. If I would, if I were a little bit more aggressive, I should have bought SSO. SSO is 2 times leverage of SPY. Like SPXL is 3 times. SSO is 2. 2 is way much better. Like if I had SSO instead of SPY, my account would be 16 million now. But again, the problem with leverage is a little bit tricky. If there was a 1.5 leverage of SPY, I would have definitely gone in there. It used to be 1.25 and 1.5 leverage of SPY. I don't know why they discontinued that. 1.5 leverage on SPY is amazing. Or you can just go on Interactive Brokers leverage. I was there. Like Interactive Brokers leverage, you can buy a little bit more on leverage and pay interest on that. But over a long term, you might actually get Yeah, Gary, Hop2A coin is just a perfect example of the idiots who trust this. They need to be, if you are buying Hop2A coin in the year of our Lord 2025, you'd better lose that money to those scammers, like really. And that just shows that our society is, admiring being, what is it called? Mediocrity? This is more than that. It's just like, why this Hop2A girl became famous, that billionaires line up to go to her podcast. Like, what is this? Like, why are you admiring something like that? And they deserve to be scammed, in my opinion, really. Yeah, mediocrity. How do you pronounce this? Mediocrity?
Mediocrity.
Like, yeah. What is that? Like, what is Hop2A's contributed to the society? Is she artist, singer? Like, what is that? Like, just because she explained how to roll sex in a bed, she shouldn't be. It's crazy. Like, it's like, who's that billionaire guy in Texas? I really like him. He went to her podcast and like, fuck, man. Like, how do you admire something like that? And then, of course, she's scamming people with a shit coin. Of course, Mark Cuban. Yeah, I like Mark Cuban. He's a great guy. But like, the billionaires are lining up to go to her podcast. Hop2A. For those of you who don't know, that girl at Hop2A, just Google this video. It's a very funny video. And then she became a rock star, like more than all these pop singers and everything. Like it's crazy. And then she started podcasts. She started line of products, and then of course, she's starting a shit coin and dumping on people.
Yeah. Funny.
All right. So it's 8
All right,
guys.
guys. Well,
So the last
it
one.
is 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's
To
amazing, guys. If you have any questions, guys, email me, Andrew at Rebel Traders. And remember, guys, we start the bootcamp next week. So looking forward to working with everybody. All the best
sir.
on YouTube
All right.
on Monday morning.
Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later.
Good chat.
And if you want to check out my swing trade video on the weekend, I'll put one up there covering some swing trades. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.